Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And today I'm coming back at you with another dream video. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I had a pretty crazy dream last night and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. It's not a very long dream, but it's just kind of crazy and a little weird, but it was also very realistic. I always say this for every one of my dream videos, but it kind of is a little choppy. It's not like a movie. It has pieces missing, and I sometimes don't know how I got from one place to another. Bear with me, try to picture it in your head. But basically, I was flying a single-engine airplane. I don't know. It felt so real. Like, I was so sure that I was like a pilot now. I felt so convinced. And like, the funny thing is, I knew what I was doing. I was in this plane and I was operating it and I was flying it. I even managed to take off and land successfully. Granted, I did have like a trainer, or what do you call them? A teacher? Co-pilot, somebody in the aircraft with me, so I wasn't completely alone, but he was like, I guess, tutoring me on how to fly the plane, but I was doing a pretty good job. In fact, he was kind of bothering me. I was just like, shh, shh, I'm doing a good job here. It was a little stomach turning though. I'm not the biggest fan of heights. I'm typically okay when I fly on a plane. I've been on planes many times. I pretty much like flying, honestly. It's the closest to heaven that I think I've ever been. I don't know if you guys have ever flown on a plane before. I've been on planes like hundreds of times. Well, not hundreds, probably like maybe 26, 27, 28 times, something like that in my life. And each time I fly, there's one thing that I always love about flying. Not only the excitement, but when you look out the window, when you're like 30, 40,000 feet in the air and you can just see clouds beneath you. And it's so beautiful and it's so peaceful. And it's like the only place left in the world where you're literally free. So to me, being on a plane doesn't really feel like a height. Per se. Like, I'm not afraid of heights when I'm in a plane, because it doesn't really feel like you're high, which is kind of crazy. But when you're on the ground and you're like, or I'm in a building, like for example, when I went to Madrid recently to see some RLE, and I'm still obsessed about that, can't believe it. I was on the 4th floor of this hotel, and so like they were showing me to my room and they showed me the balcony, and I stood over and I was like, oh, poof, Jesus Christ, get me out of here now. I only took one look over the edge and that was it. I didn't go on the balcony the whole time that I was there. In fact, I did. I was trying to take a aesthetically pleasing photo of me on the balcony. I wanted to be leaning on the edge for the photo, but I just could not bring myself to go that close to the edge. And I was only like 80 feet in the air too, but I'm pretty bad with heights, honestly. I remember when I was in the city, New York City, I went to see the Empire State Building, and wow, did that make my knees buckle. I couldn't believe it. That sucker is tall, which is crazy because it's not as tall as the New World Trade Center. But to me, that one didn't look as big. Like, when you're standing there looking up at it, it really doesn't look as tall as it actually is. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I feel like the Twin Towers, when they were there, they looked taller than what the New World Trade Center is. But this one's apparently taller than the old ones. It's like 1,776 feet tall, and they did that purposely because that was obviously the day of American independence, or the year of American independence, I mean. So it's like a way to commemorate the birth of America. Anyway, this ain't a history lesson. This is a dream video. Let's get back to it. I was flying this plane. All I could see beneath me was like a green, like fields and trees and stuff like that. A few buildings here and there, like houses, but it wasn't anything like buildings or anything in the way, like nothing too scary. I was pretty high up. I was doing a good job just cruising in this little single engine plane, and then I landed it, and the guy was like, good job, Mike, I'll see you tomorrow. So I came back to this place the next day. Don't remember where I went in between then and now, but I went somewhere, I guess. Then it was the next day, I come back, and this place that I came back to still looked like there was a runway and stuff like that. It was mostly grass. There was nothing else around, no airport, nothing like that. It was just a runway, grass, trees, it was like a public park. It just looked like a park. But it had a runway. There was literally picnic benches and stuff like that there too. So it literally just looked like it wasn't restricted or anything. Like, there was people walking their dogs if they wanted to. Like, it just seemed so open and public. So I'm like waiting there for the guy. I have my backpack. I have stuff in my backpack. And I'm standing around. There's like a few park benches right there. And I'm standing there waiting. And I'm kind of standing in front of the runway, just on this patch of grass, just standing there looking at this runway, waiting for the guy to pick me up, as if he's picking me up in a cab, or like he's picking me up in like like I'm waiting for the train kind of thing. Like, the runway is the train tracks, and I'm just standing right next to it, just like, should be any second now. And I'm just like casually waiting for a plane to come. And then I noticed it gradually started getting darker, and there was no light at this park at all. The guy didn't come, and it was getting darker and darker and darker, and it was getting a little bit scary. I remember I kind of noticed it was like getting a little eerie out there. There was nobody around. I was like in the middle of nowhere, just like a wood behind me, like a wooded area, and some benches. And I noticed like I was the only one there, and it was just gradually getting more and more blue, like that blue tinted kind of darkness. Shortly after, I decided to go over to this like you know, like those little buildings you have in like parks, and they have like picnic benches in there. It was like one of those, and there was like a chain link fence behind that. And for some reason, I was just there. Like, I guess I was just bored, so I was looking around at this point. And I know for a fact there was nobody else there except me. But then I noticed like behind this chain link fence, there was like a bench, and like a park bench with like the table and the benches connected to it. And suddenly I noticed there was clothes on there, like a bunch of coats and stuff like that, and like it just looked like other people are here, but where are they? These coats weren't there just a second ago. Then I started to get real freaked out, because like I really was like in the middle of nowhere. The plane wasn't coming back for me, and so I was waiting around, and I was a little scared. It was almost like when you go under a bridge. This is kind of like the setting it had. When you go underneath a bridge and you got like the chain link fences there to stop you going like up to the like bridge that goes over like a road bridge or a train bridge or something. They usually have like a chain link fence, and sometimes people cut through them, homeless people. There's usually a shopping cart and like a tent, like a campfire that's been burnt out, and there's like sleeping bags, beer cans all over the place, syringes all over the place, human shit all over the place, and like clothes all over the place. And that's kind of what it looked like. It looked like I just walked into a homeless nest at this little park. There was just coats here and stuff, and I just got this really uncomfortable feeling like I'm not alone. Turns out I was right, but it wasn't what I expected. I would have expected it to be like a homeless person or something like that in the environment that I was in. It turned out to be somebody who looked very intelligent, very well dressed, very smart, and he had like nice hair. Like he looked pretty respectful, and he come up to me and started talking to me, and he was wearing like pretty decent clothes too. He looked really like just intelligent and like very smart, very good looking, and he come up to me and he started talking to me, and I said like, I'm waiting for this plane, but I guess he's not coming to get me today. I've been doing like airplane pilot license flying or whatever, so that's what I'm here for, but I guess he's not coming, so I'm just gonna go. But I haven't put my bag down just for a second, and I noticed like this guy seemed pretty cool. He had like a British accent too, which was kind of strange, and he was super like intelligent, it seemed like, just really cool. And then suddenly I went to pick up my bag. Like we were outside, like I left my bag in the side of this like little hut thing where the park benches are, and then we went outside back to like the runway. And when I came back, I picked up my backpack. It didn't look like anything was tampered with or like opened or anything, but I noticed it was a lot lighter. I opened up my backpack, and inside I have my camera bag, like a smaller version of a bag, but like inside the bag. And in that was my like, it was literally like $1,000 Sony FD-X500. I don't know. It was like that night vision camera that I've showed you guys before. It's like 4K. It's a super expensive camera. And I noticed it was gone. Like the bag felt light, so I opened it to check. The actual carry bag for the camera was still in there, but the actual camera was gone. And then I knew it was him. I knew there was something up with this guy all along. Like, even though he looked really intelligent, like he wouldn't do anything wrong. And then I took things a little, I guess you could say, violent. I pulled out a pocket knife, which I do have in real life. Like, it's funny how I remembered my own pocket knife that I have in real life, and I had it in my dream. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It's got all kinds of, like, tools on it. I pulled out the blade, and I held it to this guy's throat. And I was like, give me my camera back, bitch. And he did give me the camera back, which is good. But yeah, that was pretty crazy how I just suddenly turned to violence. Like I was ready to cut this guy's throat, because I am so sick of, like, honestly, I think what happened, I've been seeing a lot of videos on Twitter lately of like people just robbing innocent people all the time, like gunpoint, knife point. People are just stealing like crazy. And I guess it just manifested into my dream. And I'm so sick of it. Like, I oftentimes, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube. I'm not advocating for violence or anything. But when I'm watching these videos, it makes me so fucking mad. Like, people work hard for what they've got. And all I can think about is like, it's too bad that person didn't just shoot them or kill them or something. Like, and then people will be like, but if you kill someone because he robbed you, that means you value your wallet over a human life. I seen one guy actually comment saying like, I actually value my pocket change more than anybody's life, so don't try and steal from me. And I was like, beautiful, beautiful. I like that reply, honestly. I just feel like people who rob from people are just like scum. There is no need to steal, guys. This is not like this was supposed to be a dream video, but I'm just putting this out there. You never steal from anybody. People work for what they've got. Even if no matter how desperate you are, you never steal. You could always ask for help. There's people out there that will have kindness in them to help you. But stealing is just, it's not cool. Anyway, guys, that is the end of that. That's pretty much the end of the dream. I just held a knife to this guy's throat, and I was like, give me my camera back, and he did. And that was the end of it. I didn't kill him or anything like that, so I let him off the hook this time, but he won't be doing that again, I bet. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Pretty crazy dream, I know, but I like to talk to you guys about my dreams. I haven't done one in a while, and that's the latest. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Remember the most important thing, chase your dreams and keep on fighting. Peace out, guys.